Event this evening. I'm so glad that you can join me wherever you're watching me, either from Facebook, YouTube, the Facebook group page, my Facebook personal page, Instagram, wherever. Welcome. I'm going to try to get to as many of you this evening. We're going to do messages from deceased loved ones, answers to your questions, whatever I can do to be able to help you. This is the Thanksgiving season. For those of you who are joining me from another country, you still have reason to be able to give thanks. And it's all about appreciating and thanking the joy that you have received in your life. You need to go listen to my podcast at the Genna Effect on mindbodyspirit.com. I did a wonderful podcast on Thanksgiving and the fact that most people don't even know the meaning of Thanksgiving or what thankfulness is or appreciation or gratitude. So go listen to it. I think you're going to be really surprised, and everybody needs to listen to it because there are things that you are grateful for and thankful for that you shouldn't be thankful for. And there are things that you should be thankful for that you don't even bring up and mention. So go listen and enjoy learning something really positive. Okay, so we're finding out. I know it takes a little bit of time before I get onto Facebook, but everybody start chatting in when you see me. I know I am seeing live here. I want to make sure that I'm live on all of those platforms. So we're just checking that out right now. Yeah, I'm getting some Facebook people chatting in right now. It's great to see you. Okay. All right. So I've got the thumbs up from everybody. So good that you are here and that you joined me. And we're going to get some wonderful messages tonight. Okay. So chat in your questions and chat in requests for me. Nicole, hello, Nicole. I'm getting all these people. I'm going to have to put I see some people on my end, but I have wonderful people helping me out. My incredible marketing manager, Kathleen, oh God, yes, just everybody is coming in here. I'm just so excited. And of course, my wife is here, Eileen, and she's going to be feeding me those questions tonight. So you just send them in. Facebook user. Hey, Facebook user. Hello from Cary, North Carolina. I'm right next door in Holly Springs, North Carolina. So I'm here. Cher. Hi, Cher. Wow, love the name. That is fabulous. I hope you can sing too. That would be really incredible if you could. Elizabeth, good evening. Branford, Connecticut. Yes, a Facebook user. Donna, hi. I'm getting lots of hearts and everything like that. So I'm glad that you're here. And truly, while I'm waiting for some questions to come in, and Eileen, you just interrupt me anytime to let me know.
Okay, Trisha already wants to know her direction. She says she is very sick with confusion.
Okay, so who is that again?
Trisha
wants to know what direction she should go in.
Yeah, she needs some direction.
She needs some direction because right now she's a little confused. You're a little confused as to what direction to go in, Trisha. You know, what's really interesting about that I'm getting from you is that you've got ideas, you've got plenty of ideas, you've got plenty of abilities, and you've got a lot of interests. And a lot of people wonder how they get to put all those interests together or which one to pick. And the thing is, you can put them all together in some way because you wouldn't be inspired or you wouldn't have interest or desire to do one thing out of all these things. If you're desiring all these things, it's up to you to figure out how to put them together. Whatever you're doing, I know it's going to be helping others, inspiring others, motivating others, possibly using some healing elements of yours, but I'm definitely seeing the talking communication work that way, individually, group group-wise even, but gathering all of those interests. So there's a creative aspect of you that you need to include in that. So even if you're making things or creating, whether it be drawings, whether it be writing, whether it be in even arts and crafts, it's okay, because you can use that creative part to inspire others. Take sayings and quotes and do something to be able to get them across to people in some very positive way. A podcast also would be really good for you because you need to talk. I'm getting from Archangel Michael that you're a talker. Talk, 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 talk. And it's good talk. So you definitely want to keep that going for yourself. Don't be so confused. You're a helper. You're going to inspire people, you're going to motivate people, and you're going to use all your skills and talents and desires to do that with. Stay out of the left brain thinking analytical stuff. Analytical, I'm not crazy about that part. You use your intellect to figure things out and to label things as you move forward, but not anything that's going to be technical and bog you down in your left brain. That's not who you are. You're a right brain, creative, emotional, intuitive, and nurturing person. And that's the direction you need to go in. And the only reason why you've been stopping yourself is because you're afraid. You're afraid to use all your gifts because you don't consider them gifts necessarily. You're just wondering if they are amounting to anything, and they are. They're your gifts, but your heart is your greatest gift, and you will use your heart to empower any of those tools. They're tools. So just consider them tools. Use them all moving forward. Inspiring, talking, speaking, writing, creating, and motivating people, okay? Chat in and let me know how that goes for you. Eileen, go ahead. Give me another one.
Carrie said that someone told her she has dots on her back, which means that she's being watched by angels. Did you ever hear of that, and is it true?
Okay, Karen.
No, Carrie.
I'm sorry.
Harry.
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 Carrie, C-A-R-R-Y?
R-R-I-E.
R-R-I-E, but I'm just phonetically spelling it. Okay, C-A-R-R-I-E, Carrie. Carrie says that somebody told her that they see spots on her back. Now, chat in, Carrie, if those are literal spots on your back. And somebody told her that if there's spots on your back, that means the angels are watching you. Carrie, I don't mean to sound like this, but the person who told you that, I would just take things with a grain of salt from that particular person, because angels don't need to mark you in any way. And besides, they watch over everybody. And when they want you to know, they're not going to put something on your back so that the person behind you can think that you're being watched by somebody. You're the one who has to know that you're being watched by an angel. And the way you know that is look for your numbers. What I'm getting is you need to pay attention to your numbers.
Mexican heritage. That's a Mexican heritage.
Oh, it's a Mexican heritage idea. That's what Carrie said. No, I'm sorry. There are a lot of those cultural beliefs that are just not true. And the reason why that they were made is to make people feel good. Okay, so now all of a sudden you're going to be seeing things that aren't there. Remember, Carrie, what sense would it be for an angel to watch over you, who wants you to know that he or she or it is watching over you, but only your neighbor or the person who's standing behind you would know that? Unless you go for a dermatology exam and the doctor sees some spots on your back, that would be the only other way of knowing that an angel is guarding you or guiding over you. No, angels don't do that. God doesn't do that. Ascended masters don't do that. And this is for everybody to hear. They're all watching us. They all love us. They all care about us. And let me tell you something. Right now, in this day and age, we need it so badly. They are going to let you know in no uncertain terms that they are there. Be looking for the more direct signs, not the indirect ones. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Cultural norms doesn't mean those are right beliefs. They were formed out of survival. They were formed out of need. They weren't always formed out of truth. So understand that, okay? And open up your mind to some more truths. And then maybe, Carrie, you'll see direct messages from the angels to let you know that they are watching you. not your neighbor letting you know. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. And I didn't mean to burst any bubbles, but yes, the angels will let you know, and look for numbers, repeated numbers. That's what they're telling me that they want to send to you. And then go look up what those numbers mean. In actuality, you can go to Women's Day magazine. I've been co-writing with the editor who has been writing articles about angel numbers in Women's Day magazine. I've got them listed on my website. I've got them listed in Instagram. Plus, you can go to womensdaymagazine.com and find them there, and they'll give you some good explanations as to what those numbers mean. But look for the numbers, Carrie, not dots on your back. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, Eileen.
Well, this kind of segues into Christine wants to know how she can better connect with her angels.
Oh, Christine wants to know how to better connect with her angels. Easy. Talk with them. Here's funny, Christine. This is the message I'm getting directly from your angels. You talk at them, not with them. That's number one. And this is for everybody again out there. Plus, I'm having a class, just so that you know, January 24th and 31st. Yes, I believe that those are the days. There are two classes that you can sign up for. It's the same class. It's just class 1, class 2, day 2. And we're going to be talking about how to be able to connect with your guides, the angels, source, and ascended masters. I'm going to be teaching that. So go to my website and read about it. You can sign up for that. That's going to be one best way for you to be able to connect. But just to let you know quickly, they're telling me to tell you, have a two-way conversation. If you expect to hear back in return, you will. But unfortunately, a lot of people are very ingrained in dogmatic religions where we always prayed. We go to church, we said prayers, pray, 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 pray. Pray at God, pray at Jesus, pray at the angels, pray at Mary, pray at whomever, but it was always at, it was never with. And those prayers don't help if it's a one-way conversation. Okay, you get no answer, you get no direction. As a matter of fact, you don't even get any credit for it. They're sick and tired of hearing the same prayers over and over and over again. They want talk. They want communication. Talk with them. Talk with them. What's the problem? What's the situation? What would you like to know? And then expect a return call, a return communication, whatever you want to call it, a return answer, return message. You're going to get it in return if you expect it. So expect it, listen for your inner voice, look for the signs. They will send it to you again. I just finished saying the numbers thing is coming up for me right now. So let's go into that, Christine, that it's a numbers thing. Look for the numbers, ask for the numbers, ask them, what do you want me to pay attention to, okay? How are you helping me? What is it that I need to learn or follow up on or think about? Send me an undeniable sign, and they will. Look for the numbers and listen inner ear. But again, I'll be teaching that in my class because that's most important, is listening to your inner ear. I hope that helps you, Christine. Eileen, who's next?
Elizabeth wants to know if she has anything to look forward to because she's been struggling. Okay,
Elizabeth would like to know, wow, Elizabeth would like to know, do I have anything to look forward to because I've been struggling? Oh, wow. Okay, well, here is the thing that I'm getting right away, Elizabeth. The fact that you need to ask that question is telling me that you are blocking the things to look forward to because you don't believe you have anything to look forward to. Because if you believed that there was hope and that you had something to look forward to down the line, you would need to ask it and it would be occurring. So what's happening is you're waiting for something good to happen before you believe that something good can happen to you. That's not how it works, unfortunately. You need to believe that something good is going to happen to you every single day of your life, even if you have past evidence that it's not happened that way. Nothing that happened to you in the past defines who you are in the present, but you need to learn about that. Go get my book, The Secret That's Holding You Back, because what's happening, Elizabeth, is some of your inner core beliefs, the unseen, the unknown, unconscious beliefs that you have, little Elizabeth, is not believing she is worth anything of value. And then what happens is, as you become an adult and your brain becomes stronger and your mind becomes stronger, and you tap into the creative force, the law of attraction, the manifesting law, you start creating based on those inner core beliefs. So if you don't believe that there's anything good in your life or anything good that can happen to you, then you're going to block all that goodness. Abundance and goodness is supposed to happen for us and with us all the time, but we have to feed into that and believe in it in order to make it happen. No person in your life defines you, Elizabeth, except you and the divine and source upon creation. You're magnificent, you're divine. Look forward to the fact that you can create anything that you want. Look forward to the fact that you're a thinking, wonderful, feeling, magnificent, divine being, and that you will manifest hope, and you will manifest a positive outcome, and you will manifest love in your life, because you have to attract that. I know that that's failed in the past, but again, that's because you don't believe you're lovable. You will manifest that. 2023 is your year. Let's take the rest of this year to heal that stuff, clear out the clutter in your mind so that you can unblock all your resources and all your true abilities to manifest all you want. Go get my book, The Secret That's Holding You Back. You can get it on Amazon or go to my website and link to it there. But do some work to change those beliefs, and you will have an entire lifetime of fulfillment to look forward to. And it can start as quickly and as soon as tomorrow, or as soon as you get off this Facebook Live event, okay? Elizabeth, I hope that helps you. Just keep going, hon, and don't give up hope, all right? All right, Eileen, who's next?
Cher says she's been dreaming and thinking and having thoughts of her mother, and she wants to know if her mother's trying to contact her.
If you've been dreaming, Cher wants to know if her mother is trying to contact her because she's been dreaming about her mother, thinking about her mother. She's not been trying to contact you. She's bugging the crap out of you now at this point, so that she's going, hey, Cher, it's me. I'm here. What else do I have to do? Yes, hon, acknowledge her. Say hello to her. She's very loving. She misses you. She misses you. She wants to make up for things from the past for you. I don't know if you were holding her hand at some. She's showing me images of you holding her hand, and I right now, because there's so many things that are coming in that she's showing me, that I can't tell if it's when you were a little girl or before she was dying. But she just wants to hold your hand again, give you a hug, and let you know how much she really loves you. That she didn't do that enough when she was alive, but she just wants you to know that now. Yes, 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 yes. She has been visiting you, and she will come in your dreams, and she will feel her. And as soon as you start thinking about her, whenever we think about the deceased, if they're not there causing us to think about them, the moment we think about them, they get that message, and you're invoking them with your thoughts, and they will come down as best as they can, as quickly as they can, because they're like, nothing is important for them up there any more than helping us down here. Yes, they are continuing to evolve. We evolve when we get to the other side. But right in the middle of that evolvement, we go, oh, wait a minute. Is that my daughter thinking about me? Hold on, wait. Oh, guys, I got to go. I'll finish class later, okay? You just hold on to that. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going. Oh, man, oh, she's looking for me. Hey, honey, I'm here. You know, that's the way it works. So put the feelers out, especially now, this season, the spirits are extremely close to us because it is a joyous season. And it's not just a Christian season. It's a season of light and renewal for everybody all over the world in all cultures. So just to understand that. So the spirits on the other side are trying to be closer to us so that we can feel that, so that we can feel continuation of life and the joy of life, and that it doesn't have to be this way, the way we're living down here on earth. So yes, she is there, Cher, and that's Mom. Say hello, have a conversation, and just keep going with her, and you'll hear her more. And take my class, and you'll be able to make direct contact with her and know that it's her, because she'll give you evidence that it is her. Okay, Cher? I hope that helps you. Take care now, hon. Go ahead, Eileen. Who's next?
Alicia is looking for work, but she feels that she's blocking something meaningful and not just
Okay, who is the person?
Alicia.
Alicia is looking for work, and she thinks that she's blocking something meaningful, and because she just doesn't want a regular job. Well, you're absolutely right, and that's really good. And the idea is that souls now, Alicia, are wanting fulfillment and not just time at a job and a paycheck, because that is unfulfillment, and that continues to make you unhappy. It just allows you to survive and not thrive. So, Alicia, your desired job is within you, and you have to release it. You have to bring it to the surface. There's many different things that you can do. Don't just apply for something that you don't like, because it won't work. You'll send in a resume, you'll contact, you'll have an interview, and you won't get hired, because there'll be something, some energy, something is going to block that, and it's your soul blocking it. So you have to really know what you want. So write a paragraph, Alicia, of your dream work. What does it look like? What does it feel like? How many hours are you working? How flexible it is? How much money are you making from that job? What are you actually doing that's making a difference not only in your life, but in the life of others? That's what I've just been told to tell you to write down. So Source, God, is telling me to tell you right now, you haven't defined what you want, which is the reason why you haven't been able to find what you want. So define it first and what that looks like. And I'm not going to tell you what that looks like. It's going to involve what you love in your life. And so go back, I'll give you a little hint. That which was very difficult emotionally for you when you were younger is what you are meant to do for others in this lifetime. Okay, so think about that as I just said that which was very difficult emotionally for you when you were younger. For example, I was completely tormented in my youth, and my self-esteem and self-belief was torn away from me. So what I do in my work right now, which is very fulfilling for me, is to help people and empower people to believe and love themselves. That is most important for me, is to let people do that.
She's having trouble defining it, but she hears you.
Well, you may have trouble defining. Okay, so Alicia says she's having trouble defining what it is that she really wants. Well, then, hon, you're not going to find it unless you define it. Okay, you have to know. You know what you want. It's in there. You're afraid to let it come up because it was suppressed in you, because while you were growing up, you were never nurtured. This is a psychic response and reading for you. You were never nurtured into believing that you can do anything you want. When we're nurtured into believing that, when our parents teach us that they believe in us and that we can go after our dreams, guess what? The dreams surface. Every single soul comes into this world and incarnates with a purpose and a dream. And that purpose and the dream has to be nurtured out of us and to the surface. And that's usually in the beginning. When that doesn't happen in the beginning, you need to do it now. And so the way you do that, Alicia, is to reparent yourself. What would you tell your own kid on how to go after their dream, that they can go after their dream, that they are unlimited? So whatever they desire, whatever they like, that's what you would tell your child. That's at least what we told our children. So you need to tell that to little Alicia and let her know that she is worth her dream, that she deserves her dream job and fulfillment, and that anything she desires, she can do. And then watch the inspiration come up and start looking for it and expect it. Expect it, Alicia. Do some work. You go get my book, The Secret That's Holding You Back, because that's one of the things that I work on in the book, is bringing up those inner desires. I hope that helps you, Alicia, and happy Thanksgiving. Go ahead, Eileen. Who's next?
Donna says her uncle is in hospice.
Donna. Okay.
Any soul messages for his brothers?
Okay, so Donna's uncle is on hospice right now, in hospice care, which means that he is in the dying process, however long that's going to be. And Donna would like to know if there is some messages from him for his brothers. Okay. Well, what I'm hearing, Donna, his soul is definitely stepping out of his body, so he is not suffering the same as he may be. Unfortunately, when we're on hospice, if we get on hospice, it's usually a longer, it's not like dying in your sleep, unfortunately. It's a disease that's taking us slowly. And that doesn't have to mean weeks or months or years. That could be just a few days, but it doesn't matter. It's still a slower process rather than a quicker process. And we can be unconscious during that process. And I'm feeling your Uncle Donna in and out of it consciously, mostly out of it at this point. And so his soul is laughing and smiling and wants to say to his brothers that I'm sorry I used to tease you. I'm sorry that I took some of your things. You may not have known some of those things that you lost is because I took them. I may have hidden some of them because I was either teasing you or jealous. But I love you very much, and I'm going to miss you, but I'm here. I'm still around. Don't mourn me because I will be with you, but you're still here. Still do the work that you need to do to heal your hearts. We had a hard past, and it's time for me to go on. My soul is very comfortable in moving on. My human mind may have difficulties with it, but my soul is desirous of moving forward so that I can accomplish and evolve and grow. It's not that I want to leave you, but you guys are stronger than I was, and you know that. And just remember some of the laughs, some of the stupid fights that we had. Just remember those past things, and know that we were meant to be together, and that I love you very much. And we shared some commonalities as far as some common enemies, and you will know what I mean when I say that. So tell the boys that, tell his brothers that, and hopefully they understand what that means, but he will be passing soon. Well, like I said, his soul is basically stepping in on the other side, so he's not in his body all the time. Okay, Donna. So please share that with his brothers. But he's doing okay. His parents are around, so his grandparents, and also an uncle. There's relatives. Let's just put it this way: he's got a bunch of relatives around that he is starting to see in order to feel comfortable to transition. So just know that he's not alone, and let the brothers know that, okay? And he misses them already. Okay, all right, Donna. Still have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'm sorry for the loss in the family. I know it still hurts, even though they do continue. You still can't take away and cushion the pain of grief. So the best to your family. Oh, go ahead, Eileen.
Deborah, any messages from her mom?
Deborah wants messages from her mom. Deborah wants messages from her mom. You go, girl. You go, girl. That's the first thing that I heard. You go, girl. So obviously, Deborah, there are some things that you're planning on or wanting to do or wanting to change and transform in your life. And what I'm getting is mom rah-rahing. She's like a cheerleader for you right now. Wants you, and I'm sorry, what was her name again, hon? Donna again. Okay, Donna. All right. Mom is saying, go for it. Go for it. Keep going. Just move forward. Go for it. You got this. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. Deborah, not Donna, Deborah. Deborah, yes, mom is saying go for it. So she's really cheering you. So I don't want to get too far into personally what's going on in your life, but I know that there's changes coming up for you because mom is just wanting this, is so excited about these changes coming up for you. She said, just be prepared and don't be scared. Be that big, strong girl of mine that you always were. When you were a little girl, you were strong. Be strong now and don't be afraid of the changes. But you're going to do it. You're going to make it. You're going to be okay. So even if they seem a little rocky, Deborah, don't be afraid of them. That's what all I keep getting from mom is that you're going to do great. You're going to do great, girl. Keep your heart open and keep your inner ear and your inner eye open so that you can hear or see the messages, the guidance, the validation that you're doing everything okay, Deborah. All right. I hope that helps. And mom is sending a love and happy Thanksgiving to you too. Okay. Go ahead, hon.
Pamela wants to know if you have any messages from family who have crossed over?
Pamela wants messages from family who has crossed over. Any messages? Okay, any messages? Move. Ooh. Okay, move. All right. I don't know who that. I think that that's coming from a unified voice, Pamela. But for some reason, you're supposed to be moving. I don't know if you're holding yourself up from it, because usually I get one voice of family, but all these family members that are in your life or that are now on the other side are coming in as one spirit to me. And all I keep, I'm the pusher forward, move, go. Pamela, please chat back in to let me know that whether you're or not you have had some thoughts about moving or fears about moving, but it doesn't matter because they want you to move. And I think that's literal as well as emotional. So you've got to move. You've got to make changes in your place. But they know that if you move, things are going to be even better for you and your family and you guys. And move. Yeah, I don't be afraid. Where? Oh boy, they're drawing me lines. And literally, I'm drawing. If you're not watching at all, Pamela.
She says yes, she needs to move.
Okay. Oh, Pamela just said, yes, she needs to move. Well, move. So this is what they're saying. All right. I'm drawing Pamela a line. It's actually southeast or southwest of where you are. Southeast or southwest are the arrows that they're drawing for me. Okay. So it's like an upside down V. Going from the direction of where you are right now. So I don't know where you were thinking about it, but they're saying that either way, you're going to be better than staying where you are right now. So there you go. That's the whole family. Now, don't let them send a lightning bolt down to you, but you got to do it, Pamela. So you move, okay? I'm going to take another sip out of my notice that I'm already drinking out of my Santa mug. Oh my gosh, this is a real Santa that's in a Christmas craft show that we go every year. This guy right here on this mug is a living being, and he's got pictures. He's the most gorgeous Santa Claus, and I believe he's the real Santa Claus. At least he's the spirit that the real Santa Claus wants everybody to believe he looked like. Gorgeous, okay? Go ahead, honey.
She said, Pamela said she just got back from Hawaii and Florida.
She just got back from Hawaii, Florida. Well, Pamela's supposed to tell me. Are you thinking about either one of those areas from where you live right now to go to? Pamela just got back from Florida, which is down southeast, and Hawaii, which is down, well, actually, Hawaii is straight across, but depending upon where you live, southwest. All right, Eileen, who's next? I'm trying to look too.
Rita would like to connect with her husband, who's deceased. He needs his advice regarding their daughters.
Okay, so Rita is asking for advice from her deceased husband regarding their daughters. I'm so sorry that your daughters lost their father early and that you lost your husband early. Believe in them. You got to believe in them. And I know you're worried because your mom, and this is coming from him, Rita, okay? Just want you to know this is from him. You've got to believe in them. We worried about them. I had too many worries in my life. I had too many fears and I never shared them. I never took care of them. That's why I'm here now and you're there. They strangulated me. I repressed them, suppressed them. I imploded. And we don't want to do that. Don't do that to the girls. They have a bunch of feelings inside that they're not sharing. You want them to bring that up. It's hard for them to not have a father now, and their own relationships can be affected by that, the lack of trust or the fear of losing love again, but you still have to believe in them. There's emotional things going on with them. Is there some emotional or mental pathology going on with one of the girls? He's giving me an image. I don't necessarily want to share it on here, but one of them may be needing counseling over the other. So especially if she's doing any harm to herself, okay? But you still have to, no matter what is going on with them emotionally or having difficulties or estrangement with you, you need to believe in them. You need to keep saying, I love you. You need to keep letting them know you care and stop worrying about what they're going to give you back in return. That was the thing, is that unconditional love is what we missed in our family, in our lives. And now you need to practice it. Unconditional love, which means you give without any expectations whatsoever, and mostly give belief as well as love in them. That is going to be the best thing. Other than that, they have to choose their lives and heal themselves. There's not a lot more you can do other than believe in them. I hope, Rita, that gives you any consolation at all or any help whatsoever. So I wish you the best with that, okay? And again, I'm sorry that you lost your spouse and you're having to deal with these things by yourself right now. Eileen?
Yes, Kathleen says she's doing ancestral healing.
Kathleen is doing ancestral healing. I'd love to know what that means.
To heal her spine.
To heal her
spine. And she wants to know if her grandmother's sister, or her mother sees that or can feel that.
Her grandmother's sister, or her mother. So, and I'm sorry, Kathleen is doing some ancestral healing. Well, good luck with that one. I don't know how far you're going back to try to heal that. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by ancestral healing. And this is for you as well as anybody else. If you're trying to heal issues of the past of your families, you don't have to worry about that, okay? What you want to do is take care of yourself. And I know that that's what you're referring to by taking care of your own issues. It's going to take care of the past. Well, the way my wife and I took care of our family's history and issues is by taking care of ourselves. And it broke the spiral, especially in my life. That I broke the spiral of what mom was causing and what her family caused her, and all of the pain and the suffering and the lower choices that they made and the misery that they went through. I definitely took another route from that. Now, what that does automatically is, yes, it heals the ills of our family. They thank us for that. So I know, so that's what you're asking me, because what I'm getting is not just that family, but the rest of the family coming and saying, yes, keep going and doing what you're doing. But just understand that you are healing the ills we left on earth. But we have to make the choices here to be able to evolve and to grow, okay? So we leave behind. So what they mean by that, Kathleen, is we can leave behind issues in this earth, the negativeness of what we cause. We can leave that energy here. And a matter of fact, a lot do. I go around and I help to clean up energy. It's not always lost souls or ghosts that are behind here. It's some of the negativity from the issues we caused while we were alive, the abuse, the whatever it was that we caused while we were here, okay? So by you doing anything positive, yes, it heals that energy here on the planet so that it doesn't affect another human being who may move there, who may go through there, be around there, right? So you can heal that part. But on the other side, they know what you're doing, but they now have to choose to appreciate that, choose to believe and forgive themselves, and to evolve and move forward. Okay? So they had to do that with or without whatever you were doing here. So they are in the process of doing that now, but they so appreciate that they did not, well, they're taking back. Yes, they affected you negatively, but you broke that spiral yourself. And in spite of them, you are doing and growing and doing wonderful things. And so, yes, that makes a big difference to them because it makes them feel good about you and what you're doing. Now they have to forgive themselves and keep moving forward. So we have to understand that. We can send them all good tidings, but here's what's really interesting about that. The same way as the angels are in the spirit realm and the God source and our ascended masters, Jesus, Buddha, they're all sending down positive messages to us. It's up to us to accept them and use them and assimilate them into our lives in order to grow and evolve. We do the same thing. Whatever messages you're sending to them, whatever positive thoughts you're sending to them and love you're sending to them on the other side, they have to assimilate and gather that and apply it and take that in the exact same way. It goes the same way back and forth. It doesn't matter where we are. It's still free will on both sides. It doesn't happen automatically. It happens by choice. And so we have to make the choices to take it in here. They have to make the choices to take it in there. I hope that understanding helps you. And they're sending all their love, and they're very proud of who you are and the person that you're becoming and that you already are and that you're growing to be even more so. Okay, so I hope that helps you. You take care, Kathleen. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Eileen?
Wilhelmina says her parents
Wilhelmina.
found a home that's under construction, and she wants to know if everything will go in a way that she can completely pay for it.
Okay, Wilhelmina is, her parents are having a home that is under construction now, and she wants to know, Wilhelmina, you want to know if everything is going to go in the way that you can pay for it or they can pay for it?
That's what she said,
that she could pay for it, that Wilhelmina wants to be able to pay for it. Is everything going to go according to well enough? Okay. Okay, pull in some abundance. Wilhelmina, pay attention to abundance. Now is the time to be sitting down and writing a dream statement for yourself in regards to finances. Okay, write out exactly how you would like this to occur, and don't worry about where you think the money can come from. I am telling you, the most crazy things can happen, and checks can come in the mail, and opportunities can occur, and banks can say, yeah, okay, when you weren't even expecting them to say, okay. Anything can happen if you believe in it, Wilhelmina. And so your intentions are good. I think it's a good investment for you as well. It's going to make your parents happy. So you should be able to, but I'm being told to tell you, sit intentionally and manifest this to work. I just finished telling somebody very close to me the exact same thing, and they're making their life happen when it comes to a home. So you can do the same thing. Do not pay attention to society. Do not pay attention to the real estate craziness that's going on right now. You pay attention to the fact that you're an unlimited spirit and you're sitting here talking with a psychic medium. So you got to think outside the box to start with. So don't pull yourself back into the box and limit yourself. Keep your thinking unlimited. You will make this happen, Wilhelmina. Okay, I wish you the best. And have a Thanksgiving thanking it already for happening because of the choices that you're making and what you're creating. And you will assure it to happen, okay? I wish you the best. Go ahead, honey. Who's next?
Robert wants to just know if you have any messages for him.
Robert wants to know if I have any messages for him. Just any messages, Robert? Okay, yeah, you need to be a Santa Claus this year. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. You need to, whether you dress up or not, you need to be volunteering or doing something that gives away some of your love and some of your compassion and some of your caring. So if it is a Toys for Tots type of circumstance, a nonprofit that helps to fulfill some poor people's Christmases, whether it's an angel on a tree, one of those things. But I am hearing that you need to give of yourself to end this year for you to receive all you're going to receive next year. This is a setup for you, Robert. It's time for you to give out more of yourself, which so that you can feel your value, not just to give. That's not the purpose of why we give. We don't give so another person can receive. That is only a benefit of us giving. We give so we can receive, so that we can receive the joy of caring about another person, so that we can receive the bliss about making somebody else happy. That is an incredible blessing right there. That is what allows us to feel the God source, because that's what it did when it created us. It gave us life so that it could feel the joy of having created something so wonderful and magnificent. And that's us, believe it or not. God feels joy, whatever you want to call it. I call it God, Yahweh, Elohim, it doesn't matter. It feels joy because of us. That's why it had us. And we feel joy that it did that for us. So you need to feel joy for giving this holiday season. That is the biggest message that I could give you, Robert. Go for it. And take some pictures if you are going to dress up as Santa and send them to me. I'll post them. I got to see this because you would make a great Santa. Even if you look different, it doesn't matter. I think you'll make a great Santa. Eileen, what's next? Who's next?
Nobody.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there aren't a lot. Okay, maybe I can look. I'm looking because Eileen is waiting for some other chats to come in. So I am looking. How do I know? Oh, you see, I got a Facebook user.
Lynette wants
Oh,
to-
hold on. We got one.
Lynette also said any messages. We're trying to get people to be more specific.
Yeah, I need you to be more specific than are there any messages? Because I can give you a message about anything. I want something that's meaningful to you, and you need to take the time to think of a question that if you received an answer to it, that it would help you, it would inspire you, it would change your life in some way. I'm looking, don't just ask me any messages for me. All right. I want questions. Any messages for me? Yes, you need to change your hair color. I mean, what do you want to hear?
All right. I just went on to YouTube. There's a bunch of.
All right. So now Eileen went someplace else onto YouTube. There's a bunch of people all over the place sending me messages. So go ahead, hon. Who is on YouTube that
I don't know what this name. I don't know what the name is.
Don't worry about the name. What's the question? She's looking. We got some.
Tammy says, having my own messages from spirit and having trouble discerning which messages are my own thoughts and which are divine guidance.
Oh, that's a real good question. Okay, who is that?
Tammy.
Say that again.
Tammy.
Tammy is wondering. Tammy is receiving messages, which is fabulous. Tammy, you need to take my class that's coming up. So go to my website, vincentgenna.com. And look at under events, my class that I'm having, because this will help you. She wants to know the messages that she's receiving, what's coming from her own thoughts and what's coming from the divine, from the God source. Ooh, Tammy, you can't tell the difference? Of course you can't, because they're one and the same. You're not supposed to be able to tell the difference. The God source would never take over your life and would never give you such identifying proof that it's coming from it. When I speak to the angels, when I talk with the God source, when I talk with Jesus, when I talk with Joseph, my hired guide, and that's Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat Joseph, when they're talking back to me, you know who they sound like? Me. They sound just like me, because it's up to me to discern or decide where it's coming from. I will tell you this. All right, Tammy, just to be a little bit clear, anything that's negative will come from you, your own fears, and filtering through the human brain. But everything that's positive will come from the God source, because the God source and everybody in spirit will never say anything negative to us, not even if it's giving us a warning. It gives us warnings in very positive ways. Like, you know what? I'm going to go to work a little bit late today because I want to do some chores. And then when you finally get on the road and you get to work, you hear that there was a 6-car pileup on the exact road at the exact time you would have been there if you had gone on time. So the God source and whatever spirit or angel was helping you did not say, don't go right now, you're going to get into a car accident. No, they do not use fear to guide you. It's always going to be positive. So that is one basic way of knowing the difference. The rest is called faith and belief. And sorry, you can't get a definitive answer to that because you're not meant to. I don't get definitive answers. Jesus didn't get the definitive answer, but he had faith that that's what the God source was talking to him and helping to guide him. And remember, it's all about guidance anyway. Okay, so you have to believe, and even if you think you're making it up, believe it anyway. As long as it's good, as long as it's helpful, as long as it's pure and sending you in a positive direction, go for it. What difference does it make where it's coming from? We don't want to get to the other side and turn around and say, "Oh my God, thank God you talked to me the entire time, because I would have messed up my life if I had to make any of my own choices." That is not what it's about. Okay, so we want to know when we get to the other side and they're asking us, so what do you feel? Do you think you did okay? Did you learn what you wanted to learn? Yeah, I made some stupid choices sometimes, but that's okay because then I made some really good choices. So yeah, I think I really evolved. Oh, thanks for some of the guidance that you gave me. I didn't listen to all of it, but I tried to, just try to figure things out for myself as well as with what you told me. So I hope that worked. I hope that was enough. Well, of course it was enough. You're the one that's supposed to be making the decisions. You're the one that's supposed to be making the choices. We're not supposed to get the credit for your evolvement. You are. That's what the higher sources and spirits say, and say now and say when we get to the other side. So don't worry about whether you can discern the voices. Just go with what your heart is telling you and take credit for making the higher choices to go with it, okay? That's the most important thing that you can remember. You're the one who's accepting whatever it is that's coming in, okay? Just understand this, though. If universe, if source, or if the angels need to get you a separate message because they just feel that it would benefit you, oh, they'll make it an undeniable message, but it'll still be up to you to believe it was an undeniable message, okay? I get them all the time, direct answers outside me, but I still have to believe that that was a direct message for me. Always remember that. All right, Eileen, who else?
Isabella.
Isabella.
She says she has a lot of love in her heart.
A lot of love in her heart.
She feels people who have departed, but she's afraid to feel her dad because he did not understand her.
Oh, all right. So Isabella has a lot of love in her heart, and she feels other relatives and presence and spirits on the other side, but she's afraid to feel her dad because her dad did not understand her. Well, Isabella, your dad did not understand you while he was alive. I can assure you that he understands you right now because he's in a better place to understand you. He not only understands you, he sees you, he's sorry, and you know why you're afraid to connect with him? I know why you're afraid to connect with him, because it's going to be very emotional for you, because you wanted to love your dad very much, but you didn't ever think he loved you. When a child says, my parent didn't understand me, what they're really saying is my parent didn't love me. My father didn't love me. And that's an unconscious understanding, but our defense mechanism, read my book, The Secret That's Holding You Back, and it will explain that you created a defense mechanism to keep yourself from talking with your dad because you're afraid to find out he never loved you. Oh, he loved you in the way that he could. He never loved himself. He always had a difficult time to accept himself. Okay, so it had nothing to do with you, hon. Let him speak to you now. Let him talk to your heart, because that's the only way that you will truly know how sorry he is that he did not give you the love that you deserved, and it had nothing to do with you. So it's not a matter of that he didn't love you. He couldn't love you in the way you deserved as a spiritual and human being. He could only love you in what he had for himself, which wasn't very much. And he needs you to know that. So don't be afraid to feel him now. It'll be very healing for you. And you may think you have a lot of love in your heart, Isabella. You're a compassionate person and you're a good person, but you don't have a lot of love in your heart for yourself, because it wasn't instilled there enough by your parents. Now is the time to truly understand that you need to love yourself even more so. Let dad work with you at this point to help you with that. Okay, Isabella, I wish you the best and have a happy Thanksgiving, because they all want you to. Okay, I hope that helps you, Isabella. Eileen, anybody else that's left? I know there's a line of people here. Hey, Cindy from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm coming to Ohio this weekend, but Cincinnati. Now, is Cleveland close to Cincinnati, honey? I'm terrible in geography. If you're close, come on by. I'm doing some mystic and magical and spirit messages and connecting with loved ones on Saturday and Sunday there in Cincinnati, Ohio. So please, anybody who's in the area or coming by, come by to the Body, Mind, Spirit Expo there at the Sharonville Convention Center. And from 1 to 3 p.m., both on Saturday and Sunday, I will be doing platform demonstrations for people. It gets very emotional when we do it in person and everybody is together. People are crying all over the place, sharing tissue boxes. It's amazing. And that's the guys. You should see what the girls then do. So be there, be fabulous. I'm just going to take the last couple of minutes to just be telling all of you, this is the time period to truly be thankful. But what thanks is to give joy back to those and that which gave you joy. Not just to be thankful for what didn't happen to you this year. Not to be thankful that this year may have been better than last year, or that you weren't as sick this year as you were last year, or that you didn't get the coronavirus. Those are not the things to be thankful for, because you cannot repeat and you cannot manifest from those feelings. You can only manifest from the positive. That's all you want to manifest from. Otherwise, you will constantly be manifesting these negative opportunities for you rather than positive ones. Joy, that is what gratitude is meant for. For those of you who can see and are watching my videos, I have a picture behind me in my scenery of the first Thanksgiving here. And the reason why it was created was because the Pilgrims had moved, had colonized here in the United States, and they didn't know how to use the land and to make things grow well enough. But the native indigenous people down here, right, they taught them how to grow corn, how to grow food. And so they were so appreciative, the colonists here, that they made food. They were appreciative because the joy it brought them from the Indians taking the time to teach them, not just from the fact of, oh, thank God we can eat now. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, we're so grateful because without you, we would have died. No, the Indians took the time back then to help them. And it brought them joy, and it brought the Indians joy in the beginning because they all thought that everything was going to be hunky-dory and peaceful. to have done that for them. Well, now the pilgrims wanted to give joy back by sharing the goodies that they had made with the food that the Indians helped them to grow. And that was the first Thanksgiving. They were giving thanks to the Indians. They were giving joy back to the Indians. We sit around the table and we find all these reasons on Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for this year? What are you thankful for this year? But we're never thankful for the most important reasons or in the most important way. When we say and when you say thank you to God for giving us all of this, don't make it sound like we're a bunch of slouches and we happen to be fortunate enough that this deity gave us this. Wait a minute. We bring God joy for being, for existing, for going after our lives. Now, he's not always happy at the way he does it, or she's not always happy as the way we do it, but that doesn't matter. We were created to bring joy, and it gave us joy by giving us the opportunity to manifest all we want. So we want to give joy back by acknowledging that. And we acknowledge it by saying thank you, not because it's polite, not because it's an obligation, but because it gives joy back. I remember when our little girl was growing up and she was so beautiful, and some of you may have heard this story before. Everybody used to compliment her and turn around and tell her, oh, you're such a beautiful little girl. And by the time she became a toddler, she on her own accord would respond back. Every time she was told, you're such a beautiful little girl, she would turn around and say, I know, because so many people had told her that. So she knew that she was a beautiful little girl. Well, when she began to understand a little bit more, her mother and I never, dissuaded her from saying that. But what we did teach her is, honey, you know how it makes you feel good when people say that you're a beautiful little girl? Well, if you say thank you back to them, you're making them feel good for making you feel good. And so then anybody from that point on that used to say to her, you are such a beautiful young lady, she would turn around and say, I know, thank you. And that would make them feel good, that they made her feel good. And that is the purpose of gratitude. And when you give that, you receive it in return. That's how it works. It doesn't work on its own. It doesn't work out of obligation. It doesn't work because you're trying to keep the negative from happening again. Because this year you may not have had as many things happen to you in a positive that you did last year. So what? You have less things to be thankful for? No, that's not true. And the most important thing to be thankful for is not what God gave you, because you already did that and you're already saying thank you to it, to source, to spirit, but to thank yourself for the choices that you are making and that you have to be able to make, that you have created the life you have. Maybe you don't like all of your life that you've created, but you still have the opportunity to create more, and that you should be thankful for. So this Thanksgiving, when you're sitting around the table and you're looking at your loved ones giving you love and your friends giving you affection and love, and that home that you may be in, and that car you may be driving, and that job you may have, turn around, even if it's not perfect, still be able to say, I want to thank me because I helped to create this. I manifested this, and I like the choices I made in my life. And I like the idea that I can make even better ones. So I feel grateful for who I am and what I've done. And that's how you bring joy to source and spirit, and how you manifest more joy into your life. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and enjoy all the choices that you've made and still can make to transform, grow, evolve, and become the divine, magnificent beings that you always were. Take care. God bless. I love you all. We'll see you again in December, so hang around. Bye-bye for now. And remember to go to vincentgenna.com and listen to my podcast about Thanksgiving and all my other ones at The Genna Effect. and on all podcast platforms or mindbodyspirit.fm. Go, and I'll see you soon again. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.